Dealing with stress. I thought this would be a good video title, because it's been a long day. It's been a long week. And it's only Wednesday. I forgot what day it was. Now, what's fascinating to me is how many problems life has. And how do we solve them? Not really sure. We get through them, We solve the problem. We solve the problems. Again and again and over. Man, does this get tiring. But we get through it, right? We persevere. And while I can't really specify on the problems that I do at work and the problems I have with family sometimes and the stresses of it and the different things that I've got to fix, maybe I can provide some insight. Whew. It's tough sometimes. It really is. You gotta keep pushing though. And I don't know, just something about today made me want to talk to you. It was a very interesting day. I stayed up forever after work. I had to clock out late because some problems arose. I can't go over the specifics with you, but let's just say when you go to the doctor's office and the United States healthcare system is a mess. And that's a statement, right? Financially, devastating. Quantity, hard to get a doctor's appointment. Everything's a month. You got to wait a month. And then also the process of it, right? So you've got to go to 4 different doctors just to get a diagnosis. You've got to check through your PCP, your specialist, back to your PCP, ER visit because you're really feeling terrible. They kind of deal with the pain, they manage the pain, but inevitably you're back to the specialist, you're back to the primary care. Specialist, primary care, another specialist, a specialist of a specialist, another specialist for your specific condition. And you're paying co-pays along the way. You're dealing with time frames because, this appointment time is at this, okay, I got to take off work for this. I have to go get this test done before my appointment. The doctor said do this. Okay, I've got the orders. Now my insurance is saying they won't pay for it. Back and forth. It is a mess. And I understand everyone's frustration. I work it, and it's frustrating. But even when you are a patient, I would hope that you're informed. So maybe if you're watching this and maybe in the future you can talk to family and friends, but the general scope of it is, let's say you have something, it's pain, abdominal pain, whatever, chest pain. You go to the ER that day because you're worried, you're scared for your life, and you haven't had to go to a primary care in a while. You're young, maybe you're 30, you don't really have a primary care yet, not a big deal. Now I have something going on, chest pain. You go to the ER. They run a bunch of tests on you, x-rays, CTs, whatevers. The doctor there determines whatever the best they can and say that you need to reach out to your PCP again. You don't have a PCP. You need to find a PCP. So you've got your insurance, hopefully. That's your first step. You should probably have one. And you go, okay, cool. Now, I've got some orders to do some labs and some follow-ups tests from my ER doctor. They say I should take a couple of these meds, maybe hold me over for the pain. But now it's time to go to your PCP. You go to your PCP, finally. New patients took 6 months, but you finally got in. You got authorized from your insurance. It's within your network. You pay your ER copay. The bill came in the mail, so you finally got that taken care of. And now you're doing your PCP bill. You're doing your copay for them. And then your PCP says, okay, cool. We're going to run some tests, and I'm going to send you out to a specialist. So get these tests done before you see your specialist. And that is this person or whatever. And then now you go see your specialist with all of your medical records on hand. You had to go and fax them over to this doctor's office for this specialist office. They've got some really niche office, so they had to get it faxed over. Then you go to your specialist, and they determine that it's this actual thing, and they need to run a couple more tests. You run those tests, you come back to your specialist, and then you find out, okay, cool. Now I have a diagnosis. What's the treatment plan? And then your specialist says you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this in order to make all this happen, and then you should be cured or feeling better. That is the whole process. In between, you have authorization for the insurance for every single clinical thing that you do. The insurance has to approve, and you have to call your insurance, you have to call the clinic, you have to call the hospital, you have to call different departments. And you're scheduling it, so you have to make sure that your schedule's all tight. You have to make sure your finances are in order, because you've got co-pays, deductibles, co-insurances. Depending on each visit, you're doing payment plans out the wazoo. You have to have the orders for your test. Every single test that you do, you need to have the orders. That is your doctor's signature, the name of the test, the diagnosis code, what the doctor is actually asking and looking for. All of these things come into play. And then you've got, let me see, maybe you're doing a financial assistance application to help you out. There's so many moving parts in the United States healthcare system. And it's been made fun of in South Park for a reason. It's hard to get anything done, and it's expensive to get anything done, and it takes time to get anything done. And that sucks. It really does. And I feel for you. Again, as a member of working there myself, I'm quite annoyed with how difficult it is as well. Don't get me wrong. I just try to do my part the best I can. And sometimes that means I'm reaching out from where I currently stand. I'm reaching out to PCPs. I'm calling them. I'm trying to get the order faxed over because the patient's dog ate it or something. I don't know. There's so many moving parts to keep track of, and I try to offer any knowledge that I can to people, but it is very challenging because I don't know everything yet. I know a lot in my department, I would hope, but I don't know everything. So I hope it all works out. I am currently trying to get a promotion. I'm trying to move hospitals, and I'm trying to figure this out, I'm trying to get to the next point. I'm also moving out soon, so I need to worry about that. I'm trying to buy a house. I don't know how I'm going to do it. And then I'm also going to have a crazy drive time, probably over an hour, just to get to work every day and have a decent housing situation. So, I was attempting to get my real estate license, but I really do think I need to focus on my job right now and moving out, and hopefully get a second job in the future, or hopefully this YouTube thing picks off. But what I am going to do is I'm going to start streaming, and that's actually why I'm driving to Walmart right now, is I am picking up a capture card, because while I am trying to de-stress from my day and basically wait for a promotion, wait for the time frame for me to get a house, I like to play a little video games, and right now I've been playing God of War, but honestly, I've gotten up to Sigrun, the Valkyrie queen, and I need to go a lot past that, and I'm nowhere near capable of beating her right now, so I have to grind a lot in God of War to get to the next level. And honestly, I've grinded so much just to get to the point that I'm at now. I'm at like 62% completionist right now, and I need some more levels on my armor and everything, so I'm going to just switch games. So today, my first stream on YouTube and Twitch is going to be a stream of Horizon Forbidden West, but that's going to be running off of my PS5, and then I'm going to have I'm going to try to restream it from YouTube to Twitch and see if I can do something with that. I've always enjoyed this content creation and things like that. Hopefully I make money in the future, but it's not really a big deal. I honestly just want to share my playthrough and everything with it. And I don't know, it gives me a little bit more motivation to keep pushing. Especially with Forbidden West. This game is going to be 120 hours or something. Yeah. I'm just trying to keep everything together, man. It is tough out here. We be struggling. We'll get through it. And, man, I don't know what I'm gonna do. See, that's the thing. When you have no direction in life and you're kind of an existentialist, I don't know what to do. I see no meaning in life. And don't get me wrong, I'm not going nowhere, you know what I mean? But I just have no passion for anything. I mean, I'm obsessed with video games, but that's just because it's something to do and it's a story and it's a movie, but you can also play it and it's also difficult and it's a challenge to overcome. So that's kind of fun. I like my job-ish sometimes, kinda. And hopefully if I get this promotion soon, that means I'll have something to learn again, and I'll have something to strive for and something to work hard towards, and hopefully a little bit more money. Let's get it. If and when I do buy a house, hopefully I'll be able to build out my room, have a better streaming setup. I would like a walking treadmill desk. I think that'd be really fun. And I want to do some cooking videos and things like that. I can do that now. I've kind of done a couple with you, but they're kind of lame. I need more space. I need a better setup. Now, I just want to save more money. I want to make my own stuff. I want to make mead. That's honey wine, basically. So I'd like to make honey wine sometime. I think that'd be fun. I have a lot of interests, I guess, but not a lot of passions. A lot of small things I like to do. They don't make me any money. They probably lose me money, you know? Getting a whole setup for meat and everything, that's probably expensive. Making jerky requires a dehydrator. I have it, but still, that costs money. Playing video games costs money. Go out on a drive. Everything costs money nowadays. You can't do much for free. You can walk in the park. I've walked in the park on these videos a couple times. That's been fun. Maybe I need to start doing that again. Maybe get these thoughts out of my head, just clear the brain, But that's the problem, though. I'm an only child, so I've been alone my whole life, pretty much. I've been just trying to entertain myself, keep myself busy, watching YouTube videos, way too many of them. And, I get through it, I'd say. It's just, it's a lot sometimes. It can be kind of boring. I need to find somebody in my life, I guess. That's probably one thing. Maybe some better friends. Spend time with some more people. I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm kind of lost, Don't know really what to do. I know I need a promotion. I know I need a job. I need a house, I'm getting kicked out. I need a house. I can't get an apartment. I'll rent it for a while, and then I'll burn out all my money, and then I'll be broke, and then I'm on the street. If I try to buy a house, maybe if I play it smart, I'll probably be broke and on the street, but at least I'll have a house for a couple years. Just trying to figure it out. I need to live my life, get a house, get a little promotion at the job, make a little bit more money, have a lot less stress from having more money. That's a great thing about it. I'm telling you that if you have $1 million a year, if you have $3 million in your lifetime, if you give me $3 million right now, tax-free, most of that gets invested. Maybe $300,000 goes towards a house directly, and then $200,000 gets invested into stocks, while I pay off the rest of the mortgage. There would be ideal. And then long term, I'd live off of that extra 2 mil or 2.5 mil for the rest of my life. And it would grow into 5 mil. It would grow with inflation. I'd be perfectly fine. That's the thing. I would have no problems. I'd have all the time in my world. I could do anything. I'd have freedom. Because that's the thing. You don't have freedom if you don't have money. If you have money, you have freedom. And if you have freedom, financial freedom, you can do whatever you set your mind to. And people say all the time, oh, you know, money doesn't solve all your problems. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. The only thing it starts is maybe like a drug problem or maybe some other special problems, you know what I mean? These celebrities coming out doing all kinds of crazy stuff. They get to do that because they got money, all right? Now, I'm not saying I would do that at all. Any weird stuff, you know what I mean? And I wouldn't get into drugs or anything because that's expensive. And I'm cheap. I don't care how much money I have, that's expensive. So, I'm just going to do my own thing, you know? But, yeah. If I have $3 million and I got some problems with a relationship, you go to therapy with them for $1,000 a session. Light work. Everything can be solved in this world with money. A lot of things. People are bought. Politicians are bought. You want to do research on cancer with enough money, we'd probably break through with some stuff. Imagine if the entire world dedicated to curing cancer. Oh, we'd get it. I'm talking about every single job that wasn't essential, like phone bills. Come on. Phone sales, Verizon workers. No. You don't work at Verizon now. You're going to be doing research for cancer. We'll pay you more money. And everyone, you don't need a salesman for your phone plan. You pay $30 a month. You click on the website. You've got 2 IT technicians that keep the servers running. And you pay them, you know, $30 a month for the whole Verizon, AT&T, everyone. Boom, done. Solved. Company no needed. No, but we gotta have salesmen. We gotta have store managers, salesmen, managers. And we gotta have owners of those stores that take a cut. Everybody gets a cut. No. If we really focus on one thing, we can beat it one at a time. World hunger? Man, let's get trees that grow pork. Man, you take a pork chop off a tree, cooked and ready. Boom, eat it. We could come up with some crazy stuff. That's all I'm saying. But anyways, I'm going to go get a capture card. I'll catch you later. Peace.